Good morning, dear students. Welcome to English School. You know that this is your class 5th NCERT EVS book looking around, and we are reading the chapter number 9. Up you go. This is the second part of the chapter. In the first part of the chapter, we read that there is a lady whose name is Sangeeta Arora. She is a teacher of Kendriya Vidyalaya. She has joined the mountaineering camp, and she has to walk 26 kilometer on the mountain, and that is why when she woke up early in the morning and she got her feet on the ground, she cried in pain because there were so many blisters on her feet, and that is why it was very paining, and she wanted to take leave for that day. That is why she wanted to go to Brigadier Gyan Singh to take the leave for that day, but her instructor did not allow her the leave either. He told her that he has become a leader of group number 7. Now start reading. Group number 7. Group number 7 included girls from Assam, Manipur, Mizoram, Meghalaya and Nagaland. I was the only teacher from Kendriya Vidyalaya in this group. I was happy to meet my new group members. Most of them could not speak Hindi well. I still feel bad that after being together for 21 days, I could not talk even once with Khandobi from Mizoram. She spoke only Mizo, but in our heart, we grew close to each other. She is telling that in her group there were girls the girls belong to Assam, Manipur, Mizoram, Meghalaya and Nagaland, and they do not know Hindi language, and she is telling she did not know their language. That is why she felt very bad when she could not talk to them in Hindi. But she made Khandobi to her best friend. She did not know the Mizo language, but she is telling that their heart grew close to each other. Now, some questions are here, and here these are the answer of these questions. So let's start the reading. What do you think about the responsibility of a group leader? So the answer is the responsibility of a group leader are challenging and of giving self-satisfaction. How would you feel if you were made a leader in such a camp? Answer is, if I were made a leader in such a camp, I would boost my confidence that I was trusted upon for the job. I would take up the responsibility dutifully. And next question, what does a monitor in your class have to do? So in our class, the responsibilities of a monitor are to maintain discipline in the classroom, to arrange requisite things like chalk, duster, dustbin, etc., to convey the problem of a student to the concerned teacher or headmaster. Would you like to be the class monitor? Why? Answer is yes, I would like to be the class monitor. It will be the wonderful experience to lead my class. This is another incident. This is the incident of 5 February 1984, crossing the river. We got vitamin C, iron tablets and hot chocolate milk with our breakfast. These were given for strength and to keep us warm in the cold. Every morning there would be a medical checkup. We tied our bandages and counted the days left. Every morning they are to give the vitamin C, iron tablets and hot chocolate milk because it keep them warm in that type of cold, and you can say the coldest atmosphere. After an 8-kilometer trek, we reached a river. There was a thick rope tied across the river from one bank to the other. The rope was tightly fixed to pegs or pythons on both the sides. I was feeling nervous. I started thinking what would happen if the rope came out. I was trying to estimate how wide the river was. She's telling our instructor tied a rope around his waist and put a sling. Sling is a type of hook in it. He then put the sling on the thick rope, tide across the river. Walking through the icy water, he went to the other side. No one was ready to step into the fast flowing water. Everyone was pushing each other to go first. I stood last in the line, hoping that no one would see me. Just then, our instructor came near me with the sling and rope in the hands. I knew there was no escape now. I was ready but did not have the courage. Sir could guess my fears. That is why he called out loudly, "Three cheers for Sangeeta madam." And before I knew it, someone had gently pushed me into the water. I felt as if my feet were frozen. I started shivering. My teeth were chattering, and I caught hold of the rope and started putting my feet firmly in the riverbed. As I walked further in, the river got deeper in the slowly the water reached up to my neck. In the middle of the river, I lost my balance and started slipping. I was so scared and felt so cold that the rope slipped from my hands. I started shouting for help. I was sure I would be carried away by the river, but no, I found that I was tied with a rope to the sling. Hold the rope, hold the rope. I could hear the shouts. I somehow managed to get hold of the rope and pull myself forward. Slowly, with some courage, I reached the river bank. I felt a special kind of happiness as I came out of the water. Happiness on finishing a challenging task. Now, standing on the bank, I was calling out to the others to hold the rope tightly. I knew that the confidence was a result of facing the challenging with courage. Challenge with courage. Now again some questions are here and I am giving you the answers of all these questions. What kind of tools are needed for climbing mountains? So the answer is, for climbing mountains we need a thick rope, sling, stick, axe, etc. Beside these things, food packets, water bottles, hook, plastic sheet, dairy, torch, towel, soap, wind cheater, vessel, glucose, jaggery. This is write the correct spelling, Jaggery. Jaggery, chana, snacks, etc. are also required. Have you ever seen a hook and rope being used for anything else? Where? So the answer is yes. There are yes. They are used to. These are used to pull water. Right here, THESC. These are used to pull water bucket from a well or to pull heavy goods upward, etc. Beside, I have also watched on TV maroon people being pulled up by the helicopters during rescue operations. What else can we use if we went to cross a river in the mountain? The answer is, to cross a river in the mountains, we need a thick rope, sling, and pythons. Why do you need extra energy on the mountains? The answer is, this is because we have to rise up against the gravitational force. Further, it is tough to walk over the rocky surface of mountains in comparison to the flat surface of plains. Have you ever heard of anyone who has done something adventurous or risky? What? So answer is yes. One of my friend went for trekking last summer. It was really adventurous. Have you ever done anything adventurous? If yes, tell your class. Write about in your own words. Answer is, last summer when I went to Shimla, I crossed a mountain river using rope, sling, and pythons as mentioned in the chapter. It was a very adventurous experience. Now this is another incident, a funny incident. This incident is of 14th February 1984. It was evening. Khandobi was feeling hungry. We did not have anything to eat. She jumped over the fence and got into the field. She quickly plucked two big cucumbers and came back. Just then, a woman came from behind and caught hold of her bags. She started saying something to Khandobi in her own language. We could not understand what she was saying. Khandobi was trying to explain in her Mizo in a Mizo language which we could not understand. I tried to explain in Hindi, but neither of them could understand it. Finally, I folded my hand to say that we were sorry. By then, our group had gone far ahead. It was already dark. I thought we had lost our way. Now we were really scared. We could not see anything even with our torches. I started sweating even though it was cold. I tightly held Kandubi's hand. I called out loudly, "Where are you all? Can you hear me?" My voice echoed in the mountains. We both started to whistle loudly and flashed our torches. Probably the group had noticed that we were missing. We heard someone whistle at a distance. I understand that the signal we had we held each other's hand tight. Sorry, I understood the signal. We held each other's hand tightly and waited. Kandobi felt that we should keep talking. She started singing a Mizo song loudly. After some time, we saw them coming towards us. At last, we were with the group again. Here again some questions are there. So let's read the answer of these questions. Is there anyone in your class whose language you do not understand or who does not understand yours? What do you do in such a case? So the answer is yes. Few days back, a boy from Kerala has joined our class. We did not know each other's language, so we talked using gestures and enjoying very much doing so. Have you ever lost your way? What did you do then? So answer is yes. One or two times I have lost my way. In that case, I asked the local people to help me in finding out my way. Why do you think Kandobi would have sung loudly? The answer is Kandobi would have sung loudly so that the group could listen and find them again easily. She may also be doing so to get over her fear. Have you ever seen someone doing something special to get over their fear? What and when? So answer is yes. Once riding on a high-rise swing, we were shouting and yelling to get over our fear and also to enjoy. So a line is remaining here. So let's start reading from here. A special guest. This is the incident of 15th February 1984. After dinner, we met a special guest, Bechendri Pal. She had just been selected as a part on the of the team to climb Mount Everest. She had come to seek the blessings of Brigadier Gyan Singh. It was a happy evening. We were all singing. Vichendri also joined us in singing and dancing on the famous Pahadi song. The song is Bedu Pako, Baramasa, Kafalpako, Chaita Mari Chaila. At that time, we had no idea that Bachendri would become the first Indian woman to reach Mount Everest and create a history. Now, this is the next incident. Camp in the snow. This is the incident of 18th February 1984. We were standing at a height of 2134 meters. We were to spend the night here. Everyone was busy trying to put up the tent. We used double layered plastic sheets for the tent and for the ground. The air between the layers would help to keep us warm. We put in the pegs and began to put up the tent. As we tied it from one side, the wind flew the tent from the other side. After quite a lot of pulling and tugging, we managed to get the tent up. Then we dug a drain around the tent. Why they dug the drain around the tent? To keep away the poisonous insects. We were feeling very hungry. We collected some firewood and stones to make a chula and cooked some food. After the meal, we collected all the waste in the bag to clean the campsite. Soon we got into our sleeping bags. I was not sure if I would be able to sleep in it. Would it be comfortable? Would I, would I not feel cold? But the bags were filled with soft feathers, which help in keeping us warm. We were all very tired, so very soon we fell asleep. The next morning, we woke up and found that it was snowing. White, soft, fluffy snowflakes were gently falling. Wow, it was so beautiful. The plants, the trees, the grass, and the mountains, everything looked white. Today we were to climb higher to 2700 meters. We walked carefully on the snow with the help of sticks. It was difficult because we kept sleeping. By afternoon, we have reached snow-covered mountains. We enjoyed throwing snowballs at each other and making a big snowman. The last day at camp. This is the incident of 21st February 1984. She's telling that we were getting ready for the campfire. Each group presented a program. We were enjoying, telling jokes and laughing, singing and dancing around the campfire. Soon it was midnight. Brigadier Gyan Singh got up and called me. I thought, oh no, what have I done this time? But when Sir announced my name for the Best Performance Award, I stood still. He blessed me and tears of joy rolled down my face. Now again the two questions are here and I am giving you the answer of these two questions. Why do you think a drain was dug around the tent? So the answer is drain was dug to keep off insects, scorpions and snakes, etc. Beside mountaineering, what are other activities that can be called adventurous? Why? So you can answer skydiving, gliding, hot air ballooning, rowing in mountain rivers are some of the other activities that can be called adventurous. So dear students, this was the explanation of the chapter and I will give you the summary of this chapter soon. I will give you the summary of the whole chapter, so it will help you to understand the chapter properly. Try to understand, write the question answer in your notebook that I have given here and we will meet soon in the next part of the in the next chapter. Till then, have a